All right. Hello, everyone, to the 5th episode of the Pokécells official podcast. Today, it's a little different. We're doing something live. I'm with my good friend Tony Nguyen at Nguyen Boba Tea, his boba tea store. And today, we're just going to get into it. So if you mind, just introduce yourself and tell us how you got into all this.
Cool. Well, first off, Rocco, thank you for coming out. I know this is not your norm and took a lot of work to set this up, but I appreciate you coming out.
Of course.
Yeah, so my name is Tony Nguyen. I own Nguyen Bubble Tea. I started in 2018, grew a shop every single year. So total 5 shops here in Nashville, and then 1 in Ireland and 1 in the Philippines. And then here we are now.
Yeah, that's cool. And
before you asked me a question, what flavor are you drinking?
I'm drinking Toros, I believe, with the dang it, I forgot it.
Lychee Pop.
Yeah, Lychee Pop. Yes, which is good because I'm from Miami. I have background there, and my grandparents grew lychee in their backyard. They still do. So my grandpa loves it. So
that is awesome.
Cheers.
And I'm drinking Thai tea with rainbow jelly.
Mm-hmm.
Cheers.
Cheers.
And I want to shout out for your dad for being the cameraman in the back.
Yeah.
Setting everything up.
Yeah. Love you, Papi. You're awesome. All right. All right. So, how we met was at Lighthouse, but yes. I had previously known about you because of Abe.
Oh, really?
So, yes. Abe had talked to me about you, and we were just talking and all this stuff. And you're hosting a trade day on the 21st of December, which is in a couple weeks. And I'm part of that. And yeah, so reason why I wanted to get you on is because obviously you have a brick and mortar, many shops, but also you are a big Pokemon collector.
Yes.
So when did you start doing Pokemon is my first question. And how have you, as you've grown, like obviously in the business world, how have you managed to keep that Pokemon hobby alive?
Good. Yeah, so I started collecting when it first came out in 1999. So I was 9 years old at that time. Yeah, so my parents bought packs here and there, and started saving my money, started buying packs. So my parents, when I was growing up, they had a laundromat. Mm-hmm. So there was a gas station in front of our shop. So every time I had a chance, I would go to that gas station to buy Pokemon cards, and that's where I pull this card from. Yeah, from the gas station. Yeah,
very good card.
Lugia, yeah. And then after a while, I stopped collecting because I became an adult. And then the pandemic happened in 2020, and this when the hype of Pokemon started. Mm-hmm. So I started buying packs and got into it again. And then I bumped into Abe, and then we decided let's do a Pokemon trade day here at the shop. Mm-hmm. So we did like 5 last year. This is our second one this year, and hopefully next year we do way more than that.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, that's cool. And yeah, you hear that a lot where like you have these people that did, they were in it for a long time and then they took a little break. Mine's kind of it's not really the opposite, but obviously I got into it, right? And then during the pandemic is kind of when we still did it, but we didn't like do it as much. Yes. And then we really got back into it like 2021, 2022 is when we really got into it. So yeah, that's awesome. That's a great story, and happy you're back into it. It's a great hobby, great business to have.
Yes.
And this is a more entrepreneurial question. What point did you realize you wanted to start a business?
So, because like I said, my parents started businesses when I was younger. Mm-hmm. So I always wanted to be in business. Mm-hmm. And then at a certain point, I I just want to work for someone, right? Yeah. And then no, I read a book called Rich Dad, Poor Dad. Yeah. And then he said there's 4 ways that, you can make money in the U.S. legally. I know you robbed the bank last night. No, I was kidding. Yeah. And the first one is being an employee, right? Yeah. And when you're an employee, you have something called a job, journey of the broke, just over broke, right? Which is nothing wrong, right? Because we need people with jobs. Mm-hmm. But for those who don't want a job anymore, they want to become a business owner, but when they try to become a business owner, they actually become self-employed, which is the second way we earn money. Yeah. Right? They just bought themselves a job. So they can earn more money if they work twice as hard or longer hours. Mm-hmm. The only thing is they can't walk away from that business because that business relies on them. Yeah. So a true business owner, it's like someone like McDonald's, right? They don't have to be there. Yeah. their business either makes the same amount of money or more with or without them because they have a system in place.
Yeah.
And the system stands for save yourself time, energy, and money. Sometimes motivation, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And the last way to make money is by being an investor.
Yeah.
And I guess that's what you're doing. You're investing into Pokémon and flipping them, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So because of that, because me reading that book while I was in college, that started me to be an entrepreneur.
Mm.
Yeah. And I started when I was 23.
Cool. Did you start Nguyen or business?
No. So financial services.
Financial services. Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. So financial services, what I do is like we'll help people move their money from point A to point B, and just help them grow their money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, like a brokerage, kind of like a, or
kind of like a financial planner.
Yeah, like a financial. Cool.
Yes.
Yeah, that's cool. I have not. I've heard of Rich Dad Poor Dad. I haven't read that book yet. Probably should read it.
Highly recommend it.
Yeah.
It's free online.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Yeah, I'll have to look at it. Maybe download the PDF.
Yes.
That's awesome, and that's obviously for me too. Like, I have. Like I do entrepreneurial stuff. I see this more as a business, also investing, flipping, all that type of stuff. And that's definitely something that I've learned too, is where right now I have a kid, so I can't really like own like a LLC. I mean, I could, but like
through your parents.
Yeah, through my parents. Exactly. That's what we're doing. And that's why I have like some jobs, like multiple, like I guess we say traditional 9-to-5 jobs. And that's how I currently sustain myself, but also, take a little something like this, like got a little binder, just all that little stuff. Cool. And that's awesome that your store. So at what point did you guys become an international business? Was that recently or within the first couple years, or when was that?
Yeah. So first off, man, you're 16, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, you're doing great things. You're gonna be way ahead of me by the time you get my age.
Thank you.
Yeah. And I'm pretty sure your dad's a proud dad. First, when I got to financial services, that was 2013. Mm-hmm. And then I worked that business 3 to 4 years hard. And then 2017, my person who mentored me, she became my business partner, Raz. Mm-hmm. She had an international nurse recruitment business. Cool. And she had to stop doing that for a while because in 2008, there was retrogression. Meaning they weren't giving visas out for people to come here to the U.S. To be a citizen and work in the hospital. Mm-hmm. And when I asked her about it, it was the perfect timing because that year, 2017, is when they reopened the visas for the nurses. So that's at that point, that's when we became an international business because we're traveling everywhere. We go to Dubai, London, Philippines, Australia, Taiwan, Japan. A lot of countries.
That's cool. That's awesome. So that's really cool. So obviously I know I told you outside that you were gonna do boba tea, but what was your this is my first boba tea, so this is my first boba tea at Win Boba Tea, everyone. Just hope that you guys know that I've never. Right? Yeah, it's a win-win, exactly. Yeah. And I know food is one of the harder industries to get into. Yeah. How did you transition that? Do you still have your financial planning thing? Okay, cool. So you still do that. So you have you're multiple serial entrepreneur.
Yes.
Yes, cool. Yeah.
Try to be, right?
Yeah, try to be, yeah. It's kind of like a hobby, business building is a hobby for some people.
Yeah. So with the IRS looking after you.
Yeah, you have a very set amount of rules to follow.
Yes.
So what if Serial, is this your second or third? Third business? Cool. Yeah. So financial, what was the second one?
International nurse recruitment.
Okay, so you merged those two.
These pictures up there, this is the process of us bringing a nurse over.
Oh, cool. Yeah. That's super cool.
From taking their IELTS to getting their NCLEX to housing them.
Oh, cool. Yeah. Cool. Okay, that and then food. What made you choose food? So
again, every time I travel, because of the international nurse business and also financial services, every time any city I go to or any country that I go to, I will always look for boba tea.
Really?
So it's just a thing I grew up with as a kid drinking. In Nashville, when I opened it, there was only like 2 or 3 shops selling boba tea. Yeah. And they're like, whoa, these people, they're not from here. Yeah. They're selling boba tea. I live here. Why can't I sell boba tea, right? So then this one, I did my research, go to Taiwan a few times, because this is where boba tea is from. It's from Taiwan. Yeah, so did our research, brought it back, opened a shop, and then every year for the last 5 years, we opened a shop. This is our 6th year in business for bubble tea. Yeah,
that's awesome.
But the food and beverage, because this is just a beverage, so it's much more easier than having a restaurant. Because having a restaurant, you have, your food goes bad, or if you don't sell it, you have to throw it away. Yeah, here is just, dry goods, powdered syrup. We also use tea too, so it's easier to prolong the goods.
Yeah. That's cool. Yeah, it's very, very nice. And it's cool that you found like a passion into a business, and how I know it's like sometimes there's people that will say online or other places like, don't turn your passion to a business, like sometimes do.
Yeah.
And I feel like I looked at that a little bit, but then I did some things that I didn't like, right? And I was like, yeah, this makes okay money, but let me find something that I'm passionate about. And like, obviously that was Pokemon cards for me. I was like, okay, let me do my research. I remember I saw a video, and it was talking about like Pokemon millionaires, like people who had made millions of dollars making Pokemon cards. And obviously it was talking about like like the big dogs of the industry that are, doing a lot of stuff. But I was like, you know what, maybe I can get a little piece of that pie. So I love that you turned a passion or something that meant something to you into a business, because at the end of the day, also that you're more, how do I say it? You're more invested into it. Like, you already know a lot about it. Like, if it's a hobby, or like, let's say like growing up, like you said, you're opening packs, you already know that, oh, this certain card is worth more than this other card.
Yes.
Or that's just an example, but like you already have a bigger knowledge than other people. And like you said before, like you notice like, hey, no one else is doing this, or there's a very few amount of people that are doing this in this area, which is Nashville.
Yeah.
And you kind of opportunized on that, and you kind of like pounced on that, and you're like, okay, let's do it. And kind of finding a like I know have you read Blue Ocean Strategy? Yes. Okay, cool. Yeah. Like finding your little niche, your little Blue Ocean. That was really cool. So
by the way, what is Blue Ocean is for people who
Blue Ocean is pretty much, it's a business philosophy that the world of business is like, obviously it's more corporate America, but extremely cutthroat. It's a red ocean. There's a lot of people, there's 1,000 people doing insurance, right? Just as a general thing. But if you want to find success in an insurance business, let's say you find, you specialize in an insurance agency that's not in your area. So that could be like people that slip on tile mats or something like, or some that maybe, like you said, a laundromat. People like an insurance for laundromats specifically. Then you have taken the big ocean, which is the red ocean, the one that you have a lot of people that are taking control of it. You find a little sliver that's blue ocean that's not as saturated, which I feel like it's hard a lot sometimes, especially in the online world where you have a million people like, oh yeah, just do social media marketing. It's super easy, like all this stuff. But then because it's easier, the entry point is low. You have thousands of other teens that are doing that. So it's like, don't do that. Maybe, for example, and that's what I found here is like, maybe you can't do general social media marketing, but maybe you're doing Pokémon social media marketing, or you're doing social media marketing for tea shops or restaurants, or something that is not as saturated and something that you can still find a lot of success on. That's what Blue Ocean is. I hope I got that right.
Yeah. You hit on the point. Hit on it. Cool.
Sorry.
Hey, I'm amazed, man. You're a very smart 16-year-old.
Oh, thank you. I try to be. I realized at a young age that I don't find like a lot of normal things like enjoyable. Like for me, going to a convention and getting a $60 card and flipping it for like 80 just makes me like a lot more happy. Like that's my sport, if that makes sense. Like business is what I see as business is my sport. Like I love soccer, great. Or I love like other sports, but I'm not like super big into them. But like me, get on a laptop, do some editing, or go to a convention, flip a card.
Yeah.
Like that. My first slab right here, which I'll show later. Getting this guy for $30 and then flipping it for ep.5 is, I find
Wow.
a lot more joy in that.
Made over 100%.
Yeah. Well, the guy that got him wanted to clear it, so that's why I got that.
Good.
But so just finding deals, doing stuff like that, I just love doing that. All right. So I just wanted to get some business stuff out of the way. I know the entrepreneur stuff. We can talk more Pokemon stuff. The more fun stuff.
Yes,
the things that are mostly what this podcast is about. Yes. So you said you got into Pokemon 2021, not
2020.
2020. Okay, sorry. And with that, obviously that's pandemic. So you didn't. Conventions weren't running. No. I assume. No. When you got back into it, what is your favorite convention or event? Obviously, you host the trade days, the Win Boba Tea trade days. So you can say that's your favorite event, and I understand. But what is your favorite TCG event, Pokemon TCG event you've been a part of or you've gone to?
So pretty much everything I've been going to is just local. Yeah. So it's like either Lighthouse or the international. Was it the Nationals?
Nationals. Cool.
Nationals or local pop-ups here and there. Yeah. So there's no specific one that I like. I just like going to any event, or whether it's mine or someone else's, just because I like to meet people. I'm a people person. Yeah. I like talking to people. Yeah. So I don't do Pokemon as a business. I just do it as a hobby, as a collector. Like I like to trade. I like to buy. And
you bought something for me, I think.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, you bought Dusclops or Duskull?
You're like, I bought this for $1. I'm flipping it to you for $10. That's good.
Yeah. I think it was a Duskull. I think it was a trainer gallery. But yeah, that's cool. Yeah. So yeah, the local stuff that's where it's at here. I mean, especially here in Nashville. And I know you said you saw my podcast with Abe, which is a great podcast. You guys should look at that one. But how Nashville, I feel like, is becoming more of a big city. It's becoming more of a more touristy, there's a lot more people moving here, obviously. And with that, I feel like Nashville needs a stronger like TCG nerd kind of culture, I guess, if you would say like that, where you have these people who, it's not their business, but there's people that'll be their business, but it's also a hobby, So
some people do this as a side
or all that type of stuff. Cool. Nice.
Side hustle.
Yeah, side hustle. Yeah. That's really cool. I like the local stuff. Lighthouse was fun. I did Lighthouse. That was
cool. Was your first time?
Yeah, that was my first time doing Lighthouse when you saw me. Yeah. That was cool. Abe texted me on Wednesday, was like, "Hey, you want to come on Saturday?" I'm like, "Sure." I got what, 4 days to plan for this. I can try. Awesome. And yeah, it was a blast. I picked up a lot of stuff and had a good time. Like you said, it's the people person. It's meeting those people and then continuing to be with that. So
and getting the deals.
Yeah, getting the deals, especially getting the deals. Yeah. Yeah, very good buying and a lot of trading. A lot of trading. It was fun. Cool. Obviously you showed your Lugia. So what are some of your favorite cards that you have collected? I like to say, what was your first Charizard or what?
Charizard? Okay. Legendary collection?
I think so.
So it's like
yeah.
So when I was younger, they had a deck pre-made already with Charizard in it.
Oh, really?
And I was like, I can't believe they're selling this for $10. So I bought the deck.
Oh, really?
And that was my first Charizard. Non-holographic.
Yeah.
Base set 3. Yeah, and then these two, I pulled the Lugia and the Shiny Mewtwo.
Nice.
Pulled that when I was like 13 or 14.
This is Neo, right? No.
Is it Neo?
It might be Neo. Neo, right?
Yeah.
Neo Genesis. Cool. Shiny Mewtwo's awesome. Like that. Yeah, this is the... Oh, yeah. We got the Shiny Mewtwo. And we got the Lugia. This card right here is... I always see this. I watch a vendor POV sometimes to get some stuff. And whenever they see a Japanese one of these, they always pick it up.
There was a first edition...
Yeah.
I think PSA 5 that walked through my shop.
Yeah.
And they were trying to sell it for $800. Right. $500 or $800 around there. The last trade.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then so I always collect cards. Like not like as much as I do now, but I'll buy packs here and there. And I pulled these like 10, 12 years ago.
Nice.
So
later or older EX era right there, Skarmory. But Skarmory's just a cool Pokemon. It's a cool Pokemon. And then this right here is what? This is the Kyogre Groudon Legend. I have a funny story about that where so when I first got into Pokemon, like going to like card shops and stuff, when I first learned about like LGSs and like it was kind of like the second time I got introduced to Pokemon with like LGSs and like trading and more. I knew trading, but like decks and competitive and like the more professional stuff, I guess you could say, Pokemon. My friend and I picked up. It's the Lugia legend. I don't know. It's the Lugia, and there's another one. It's attached to. Is it Ho? I don't know, but it's the.
It's a cool card.
Yeah, it's a cool card,
Yeah.
and I ended up giving it to him. So I gave him both of them, and then I looked at it like when I got into it. Now I was like, dang, that card is like super expensive. So this right here, very nice card. I love. It's so cool. I wish Pokemon did stuff like. I mean, I guess they kind of do stuff like that, but it's just the
unions.
Yeah, V unions kind of like that, but I don't know. It's something. I don't know. Something about that is good. I like the Blastoise EX from what is it called? Is it Dark Blastoise? The 06 one. That I love that. I love that card.
Dark Blastoise 06. Okay,
Yeah.
so
Yeah,
my fondest memory when I was younger was pulling a Team Rocket Dark Blastoise.
Team Rocket?
Yeah. Or it might not be Team Rocket, but Dark Blastoise.
Yeah. I think
holographic.
Oh, holographic.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But I was in third grade. I didn't know any better. I traded it.
This.
Yes, that. But holographic.
Yes,
Yeah.
I
So that is Team Rocket. Yeah.
Yes, it is Team Rocket. I sold. This is a card that I got for free a while ago, or a long time ago. But yeah, it's a non-holographic. It's damaged, obviously.
Cool.
It's
Man,
horrible.
I'll have to take a look at your binder later.
Oh yeah, we could do some trading.
Yeah.
Sure.
Trade you for bubble tea for it.
All right, there you go. Yeah, but that is. I put those back.
Cool.
Obviously.
Thank you.
So, but yeah, that's awesome. The Dark Pasta is cool. Those are some awesome. Do you have the other half of the
No.
Groudon?
No.
Okay, I'll have to look at that. That's a hunt.
Alberto does.
Alberto does. Yeah,
Yeah.
you should trade him for it.
Trade better half.
That's a pretty expensive card, I think, right? Like what, like 7? Yeah.
Around 150, and it'll be PSA 10s. They're all thousands.
Yeah, they're all thousands. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, they're
pricey.
Yeah, they're pricey cards. Cool. And you say your favorite memory TCG, just being a kid, opening stuff, getting back into it. That's really really cool. Oh yeah, what's your favorite Pokemon?
I don't have a favorite Pokemon, but I would say that pulling a Dark Blastoise was my favorite memory as a child. Yeah. And as an adult, man, just getting a bunch of shiny cardboards.
Yeah. Do you see it as like a legitimate investment?
I see it as a good way to flip money, like flip cards to get your money up. Yeah, not sure about investment because it's collectibles. It goes up and down, right? And it's not easy to cash out.
Yeah.
It's not that liquid.
Yeah.
Like you have to find a specific buyer for that.
Yeah.
But it could be like 70% yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially like I feel like more like if you want to like something that holds your money, retro more than modern, because modern is definitely a lot more fluctuative, or it fluctuates more than retro. So yeah, that's cool.
Unless you open your own car shop and
That's true, and then that's you make the liquidity, right? That's my goal right there. That's my
that's your dream.
My dream is to open my own car shop.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the.
All right.
That's
When's the goal?
When is it?
Yeah, 2 years from now or?
Well, I'm gonna graduate high school, so the goal is to run this up into a really big online thing.
Yeah, e-commerce.
And then e-commerce, and then transition that to a card shop. So probably 2 to 5 years probably is what I'm thinking. I know I've heard it time and time again with multiple people, but having like just being in it for like 3 years, like the growth is crazy. Like how people will sometimes build like 6-figure businesses like in a matter of like couple years just by working super hard on it. I guess that's really any industry, but like with Pokemon especially, like the growth
it's
is there.
Easy way for anyone to get in.
Yeah, exactly. All you need is a Walmart or a Target or a Dollar General or something.
Facebook Marketplace. Buy people's collection.
Yeah, buy people's collection, buy some packs and have fun with it. Cool. Yeah. All right. I don't know how long we've been going. I don't think we've been going long, so we can just talk about other stuff too. So what? Okay. Yeah, we got time. What would be obviously serial entrepreneur, done multiple stuff. Do you have a business that you're planning next, or is there another thing in the works?
I'm
Or
just focus on financial services right
focusing
now.
on financial
Yeah.
services? Cool, cool.
It's the money business. It's
Yeah.
easier to make money.
Yeah.
If you pull out your phone right now, right?
Yeah.
How many people on your phone list do you know that wants to buy a Pokemon card? Could they afford to buy the Pokemon card?
Yeah.
Do they have the money, right?
Yeah.
Or did they promise someone else that they go buy the cards from them, right?
Mm-hmm.
Versus if you pull out your same phone, scroll through your phone list, how many people do you know want to retire, save money for the kids' college plan, save money for a rainy day, right?
Yeah.
Versus those two, which one would be easier to sell?
The latter.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
Helping people save money and grow money.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
Nice. What do you usually recommend them?
Depends. Just like a doctor, I need to diagnose you. I need to see what's going on 1st, and then once I see that, I can make a recommendation, right? Because I can't tell you that this one thing will be the best thing for you.
Yeah.
And we go from there, right? Because everyone got to start with a base first,
Yes.
and then we can help them grow.
Yes.
Same thing, right? With Pokemon, like you're not going to tell people go out and buy PSA 10s and try to flip all of it.
Yeah, no,
You probably first recommend that, hey, you need to buy singles, buy some packs, and don't spend money buying a collection, right? Maybe try to trade for it or something. Yeah. You heard from me. Yeah.
And you got to start small, and you got to grow into it.
Yes.
That's cool. Financial services. We have some family that does accounting and all that type of stuff. So we
need those too.
Yeah, no, we do need those. Yeah. First tax season that I've ever done will be happening soon. That'll be interesting. I don't know too much about it, but I'm ready to learn about it. That's cool. What would be tips that you would recommend for new people that want to start in business, or sellers, or just anything, people wanting to start in a business world?
Yeah, I always recommend, like, whether they're people are here or people who work for me or who don't work for me. I always recommend Rich Dad Poor Dad, because it's a book that teaches you how to set up your mindset, right? Most people, they're like, I can't afford to buy that PSA 10, right? Yeah. Well, then what can you do to afford it, right? Because it's all about the mindset. And then start out small. Like, you try to run before you can crawl, then it's going to be super hard. But if you work your way up, it's going to be easier. And don't rush it. Enjoy the process.
Enjoy the process. That's very true. People trying to, and I know I've been myself prone to that sometimes, where it's like, oh my goodness, I see all these people doing all this type of stuff. You have to compare to them. It's like, no, take your own pace.
Yeah,
it's hard. Sometimes it sucks. There's days that sucks and days that doesn't suck. And but yeah, take your pace. You are against yourself in it.
Right. Just you against you.
Yeah, you against you. Exactly. Yeah. And that's really, really cool. How old are you, if you mind me asking?
I'm 34.
You're 34. Okay, cool. Yeah, that's around. I talked to another guy, Jesse Pang, and he was around 34. It's a lot of the same stuff. So cool. It's very, very cool. And you have time. You're still very young compared to.
I'm just a big kid.
Yeah, you're just beginning. Yeah. In that and I feel also more, like I said before, like we just live in such a fast-paced environment, fast-paced world, that people think that, oh my goodness, if I'm not rich within 6 months of me trying something, then it's a failure. It's not good. But really, in that's half a year,
Yeah. Sometimes you see these guys online, like they're making $1 million, but they're not telling you the whole story. They didn't tell you that it took them like 10 years to get there.
Yeah,
right?
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. So then you someone young as you, they're like, oh, I'm making 6 months.
Yeah.
And you're gonna fail.
Yeah. No.
And you're gonna fail fast and hard.
Yeah.
Yeah. But the thing is, you have to be persistent. If you don't continue trying, then you're not gonna get there.
Yeah.
And there's no guarantee you'll get there, but you're much closer to doing it than not doing it.
Yeah. What's the quote that people overestimate what they can do in a year and underestimate what they can do in 3 years?
Yeah.
And it's true. If you put your head down, know that it's going to take time. You ignore a lot of the things that people like, not normal people, but what other people, like what a traditional person might spend. Like, someone might someone might party every weekend, right? Every Saturday or something. But instead you say, no, I'm not going to do that this time.
Yeah.
Instead, I'm going to work on something else. It's not that hard to get that. It's not that hard to get ahead.
E versus E.
Yeah.
That means education versus entertainment, or entertainment versus education.
Yeah.
Pick which E you want to.
Yeah. Did you ever have times where you had to choose that?
So like when I first started, like 3 to 5 years, I was reading all these books, listening to all the audios, going on all the trainings as much as possible. Just because, like, I was 23. I starting with zero, right? Because I know what I know, right? But then there's people who were ahead of me. I couldn't compare my chapter 1 to their chapter 10.
Yeah.
So I had to learn and learn from other people's experience as well.
Yeah. Cool. That makes me think about you. I've gone to conferences and stuff like that, but do you think conferences are very good, or people like-minded, events like that and stuff like it's really good to go to?
Just where you meet people who wants to improve, right?
Yeah.
And it's a mindset, right?
Yeah.
You either going there for fun or you're going there to grow. Yeah.
Cool. What's your favorite business convention or business conference that you've been to?
Tony Robbins.
You went to Tony Robbins?
Yep. Walk on Fire.
Cool. Yeah. Well, I've been a Tony Robbins person for a while. Yeah, I love his stuff. He has good stuff.
Yeah.
Good stuff all the time.
Kumos.
Yeah.
You know one who's Walk on Fire?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's cool. It's really. Oh, that's a great question. What is your opinion on? Okay, so for me personally,
Okay.
and this is kind of controversial. I've talked about it before with my guest 2 weeks ago, who is my age, doing pretty much the same thing, and we're both seeing pretty relative levels of success at the same time. And it's the college debate.
College, okay.
What?
Man, your dad's right here. So I don't
Well,
know.
we've had the conversation, and I used to be someone, mostly because of more like mom's side and traditional stuff. I thought of that college was like it's just the normal thing to do, right? But then I learned, and then like my dad started to talk to me about it, and I came to the conclusion. I was like, oh, it's not the only way to do something. What is your opinion nowadays? Obviously, because I'm sure the world where you grew up in, even though it wasn't that long ago, is very different than the world is now.
Yes.
And my opinion on this is, I'll say my opinion, and you can say, is I think obviously, there's doctors, people that need to be doctors, people want to be lawyers, people want to be all this type of stuff. And for some of those, you have to go to college for that. You have to go to college to be a doctor. You have to go to college to be a lawyer. But if you want to do an entrepreneurial thing, or you want to maybe do a trade and then put that into a business, what is your opinion on that? Do you think that it is necessary? Or what's your opinion on college?
So I am the third person in my family, both sides, my mom and dad, that graduated from college. So my parents came from Vietnam. They were refugees. So going to college was important. But also, I grew up in a household who owned a nail salon. Yeah. So my mom made me get a license to do nails.
That's cool.
So I have both. But like you say, if you're going to school for medical or engineering, then yes, you need to go to college for it. But if not, you want to start a business, I don't think college is necessary. Because you learn by doing.
Yeah, exactly.
Right, in business. Because there's no book will teach you how to run a business from A to Z. Yeah. You figure it out as you go along.
Yeah. So, and as you go in business, you come up with the systems that work best for you. And you probably experienced this in the business you run. Like what works for Nguyen bubble tea doesn't work for your nursing thing, right? It's two different industries. You have to do different systems. I could be wrong. I don't know if that's true. Yeah. But is that?
I say generally it's probably about the same system.
Okay. Never mind that.
Yeah. Well, I say because number one is you need to have prospects.
Yeah.
So prospects is like you need to find people who want to buy your services or your merchandise and all that, right? So you gotta look for those people. So regardless of whatever business you're in, you got to start off with that, right? And then following up, right? Well, bubble tea, you don't really have to follow up, but sometimes you're like, hey, you want to try this flavor? You want to try that flavor?
Yeah.
Right. Or for recruiting nurses, like, hey, do you want to go with us, or do you want to look for someone else who could sponsor you here? either one works, right? Yeah. But having a business coach, I think, will help too. Yeah. Or having a mentor, right? Yeah. Like you were telling me earlier, Abe is your mentor.
Yeah, he's someone mentor.
For Pokemon.
Yeah, he's showing me the ropes. I can ask him pretty much a question and he'll answer it right away.
Yeah, he's a good dude.
Yeah, he's a really, really good guy.
Yeah.
I love him. A good guy. Super cool. He offered me on 29th if I was going to go to the house. I was like, I can't. Like, obviously I can't because we'll be gone. But
where are you guys going?
Oh, we're going to Miami to go see my family. Yeah,
nice.
Sadly, yeah. Not sadly. I love seeing my family, but it's just different down there. Sometimes you get in the flow of doing stuff here, and then it changes on a break, and then you kind of have to go back and restart and all that type of stuff.
That should motivate you then, right?
Yeah, no, that's
come
true.
back. You're excited to get your business back going.
Yeah. Well, that's the kind of the beauty about an e-commerce store is that you can kind of run it from everywhere. You can run on a lot. All you need is laptop, Wi-Fi power.
Yeah.
You can pretty much do anything. I mean, obviously I need UPS, but besides that, like, you can pretty much do anything.
It's a scalable business.
Yeah, it is a scalable business. That leads perfectly into my my last main question, and then if you want, we could just talk about whatever. But what are your tips? Obviously, it's different for everyone, but for you personally, what do you think what are some tips that or that you would recommend for people that want to maybe they've ran any type of business for a couple years or a couple months or a couple things, like what do you think is a good steps for them to scale?
Good step, like a physical business or online?
Or maybe they're transitioning online to physical, or maybe they're trying to, maybe they're making maybe 100 grand a year and they want to make, maybe 500 grand a year or whatever it is. Like what, right. Generally speaking?
Yeah. So like I said, like the first book I recommend people reading is Rich Dad Poor Dad. Mm-hmm. And then the second book I would recommend is called E-Myth. So the E-Myth teaches you how to, instead of becoming a technician in your business, right, where you do everything, where you're the one who's promoting the cards, packaging it, and then shipping it off, right? Yeah. What that book teaches you how to do is how to scale your business without you being in it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you're just so there's three things: you're the technician, the manager, or the entrepreneur. Mm-hmm. So what that book teaches you is how to get from technician to entrepreneur. Yeah. Yeah. So I recommend that a book, and then because then that teaches you how to scale your business. Because you can tell them what you want to tell them, right? But it's their mindset that they had to overcome first. Yeah.
Well, yeah. Or maybe, that's awesome. And maybe finding people to do the roles that necessary. So maybe hiring out a shipping and tracking person. Obviously, you need more capital for that.
Yes.
But hiring people to do the tasks that may be time consuming. Like, for example, you don't serve every single drink here.
No.
You have someone that is a barista, or I don't know if it's a barista it's the same barista. I don't know if it's different. But you have a barista that is making the drink for you. Obviously, you made my drink. It was great. But great place. You guys should try it out. And sorry. But you're not here from, I don't know, what do you open at 7?
So we open at 11.
11?
Yeah, so 11 to 8.
11 to 8.
Yes.
Yeah, you're not here 11 to 8 every day making every single drink. No, you hire someone to do that for you, someone that...
Or just like when you were coming in, you didn't see me, right?
Yeah, no, I didn't see you. Yeah, no, you came in here and helped set up. But yeah, no, so that's definitely, I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Cool. Is there anything else that you want to talk about?
I just want to talk about the Pokemon Trade Day on the 21st. If you're available, stop by. This is going to be the one in Antioch. Oh, yeah. One bubble tea in Antioch.
Yes.
Yeah, it's going to start from 2 to 7. Rocco, I think you're going to be one of the vendors.
Vending? There's vending there?
Yeah, Abe is vending. You told me you would be there, right?
Yeah, I'll be there. I don't know if I was vending. Yeah, sure.
Okay,
I'd love to vend. Yeah.
Alberto's going to be there.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So great. So that's what do these trade days look like for people that have never been to a trade day?
Yeah.
How do you turn a tea shop into a convention?
Yeah,
or not a convention, but a mini convention.
Yeah, a mini convention. Just people who love bubble tea and who loves Pokemon card are just a great place to meet up and mingle. Because some people, it's a safe spot for people, right? right? And some parents, they don't know where to go to take their kids to buy Pokemon cards or trade with others. And at my shop, that's a great place.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of parents love it. The parents get to drink bubble tea. The kids just having fun. There's gonna be a food truck there.
Yes, I heard about it.
Yeah, so it's kind of like Lighthouse but smaller.
Smaller, yeah.
Yeah, and just it's Pokemon focus.
Okay. How many vendors?
Just two or three. Yeah,
Cool.
yeah.
Cool.
So it's Eamon and Alberto, and then you probably could be the third.
Sure, I would love to be. Is Antioch your biggest location?
And that's my biggest location. Yeah,
Cool.
it used to be the Starbucks.
Oh, cool. And you just bought a Starbucks? That's great.
So I like to tell people that, but they actually move across the street and built their own building.
Oh, okay.
Drive-through. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Cool. So you just, you could say, you bought out Starbucks.
Kind of.
Kind of in a way. Yeah.
I mean, we have their DNA in it.
Yeah. That's cool. Well, I don't, I think.
And I'll shoot you the flyer. If you could,
I'll put the flyer at the end of this.
Cool.
But thank you, Nguyen. This is the end of the Pokécells official. Oh, wait. Where can people find you? Oh my God.
Just winbubbletea.com. Winbubbletea. This is the handle for all social media.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Facebook, Instagram, TikTok.
Yeah.
Funny one.
Instagram? You say
Instagram, TikTok, Facebook. Snapchat. Yeah.
Okay.
I rarely ever use.
No, I don't have a Snapchat. I've never had one.
Oh, okay.
Cool.
Yeah. So that's where you guys can find me.
All right, cool. Well, thank you for having us on.
Yeah.
Look at the boba tea near you if you're in the Nashville area, Ireland, or in the Philippines. It might be harder if you're in Ireland or the Philippines because there's only one. But if you're in Nashville, definitely check out Nguyen Boba Tea. And thank you for having us on. I hope you guys found great knowledge. And we'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.